Hello, everybody. Welcome. So happy you're here. Lava and I are happy you're here. There's a lot of dogs coming live. You don't see it if you're watching the replay, but we just all showed we have new puppies and we have rescues and the sweetest dogs. So we will do plenty of downward dogs today in honor of our dogs, maybe some upward dogs. I am going to see Taylor Swift tomorrow, and I'm on my way right after this class to go pick up our friends that are coming. Jill, our other friends that are coming, Jill just saw Taylor Swift in New Orleans, but our friends that are coming from Hawaii. And so I'm a bit like, super duper excited, and super ready to be present with all of you to help ground. Today we are coming back to the Yoga Sutras. We took a couple weeks off. We had our Halloween week, and then we had last week. We just needed some space to just release and move and acknowledge what had just happened in the world, which was the election. And so this week we are not we're not pushing any of that away, but we are also returning to our theme of this series, which is the Yoga Sutras. And just as a reminder, the sutras are these little wisdom tips that we can take with us off the mat. We're looking at the vrittis, and the vrittis are the mind fluctuations. Yoga is the restraining, the noticing, and the discipline of noticing those mind fluctuations, the vrittis, and then being able to live our lives more present. And so there's 5 main vrittis, and we're on the 5th one. And this one today is called smriti, and I wrote it in the email, but it's called smriti, or smritihi, and you can see the spelling in the email from this morning. And that translates to memory. And so I think the biggest thing with this one is it's actually, people say that it is the most intense and could be the most painful and fear-based vritti of them all. It could also be not that, but so much of this practice is about having awareness of when these vrittis, thought waves, are happening and recognizing it, and then choosing to maybe acknowledge the memory, but not live in it and not define this moment from that memory. I am sure that each of us has something maybe in our lives right now, or something that we used to have in our lives, like a struggle that is based on thinking or being too nostalgic about the past, making up the past, like forgetting what's reality, but actually making up the potential of the past, getting lost in the story from the past and not living in the now, in the moment. I know we must all have stuff like that in our lives, either right now or we've been in those situations. So this class could be an opportunity to just notice when your mind starts to wander in any direction, and just building the muscles of noticing and naming it, rooted in reality, noticing and naming it. Is that the past? Is that the future? Is that reality? Is that imagination? That was one of the vrittis. Noticing it, naming it. So let's start with that. Let's grab our journal and anything to write with. We're just going to write for a couple minutes. You can write down Yoga Sutra 1.11 and 1.11, and we'll just start the practice of journaling. Memory. From what I just said, what might help you this week with that idea of noticing, naming it, and coming back to the moment. So go ahead and just take a little time for yourself with that. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Last few moments here to journal, just as an opening. You can come back to this after our class today. Also come back to it throughout the week. And then we'll go ahead and let's meet on our mats. We're going to meet in a seated position. You can sit either on sit bones or on your knees in a kneeling position. Our theme, memory, and the practice, noticing the wandering thoughts in any direction and naming it. While we do this, let's close our eyes. Let's have the thumb and the index finger touching together. Place the hands on your thighs or your knees, whatever way you're sitting, tall spine. And let's practice also noticing and naming the feeling of the inhale. So it may sound silly, but literally just saying, I am inhaling, noticing the reality of this moment. I am exhaling, naming it inwardly, awareness. I am inhaling, this is my inhale, this is my exhale. As a practice, a couple more rounds like that on your own. Just like mantra, the repetition and the practice of choosing your own focus and intention can help block and barricade the judgmental thoughts or the suffering thoughts. And from here, we're going to keep this space. We can even keep this practice. This is my inhale. This is my exhale. We're going to come on up onto our feet and come to a standing position. Let's come to our Tadasana, my favorite Tadasana. So toes facing forward, toes are spread, fingers reaching down, heart lifted and expansive, shoulders soft. And we want to engage here through your core. So engaging your core, tailbone stays heavy. And we'll have a few breaths there. We'll have a few breaths there. I am breathing in. This is my exhale, whatever those words are for you. Let's keep that going, rooting down big toes. Let's inhale, arms rise to the sky. We're going to take hold of the right wrist with the left hand, and we're going to lift up and to the side, open through your chest. So try not to collapse forward, open through towards your ceiling, even a centimeter. Energetically softening the shoulders, and let's move your jaw. And then root down with the toes, with the big toes especially, rise back up. Release the hands, take a breath here, tailbone heavy, heart is lifted. And then we'll grab onto the opposite wrist, lift up and over, opening. And let's again soften through your jaw. Moving your jaw a little side to side. I forgot to say, if you have music and you want to play it, go for it. Maybe Taylor Swift. Sorry, if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, it's impossible for me to not talk about her right now. And let's rise back up. Let's release the arms out to the side, and we're just going to shake it. Shake it off. Let's shake the legs. It's been a long week. There's a lot. Just shake your whole body. There is a lot going on. There is a lot going on. There is a lot going on. We need to move and find things that make us feel alive and in our bodies, right? So we shook it out, and then let's inhale, arms rise to the sky, fingers spread, heart lifts. Let's exhale, take a bow, forward fold. Let's, from here, hold on to opposite elbows. Head is heavy. Let's just nod your head a little bit. Side to side, release. Take 2 more breaths there. Release. Noticing I am breathing in, I am exhaling out. And then from here, take your hands, release your arms down. I want you to take a little walking meditation. I'll face this way. So palms are going to walk slowly up the legs. A little walking meditation, feeling your body. This is rooted in reality. I am here. And then shoulders roll up, back, and down once you reach the top. We're going to reach the arms out to the sides. We're going to sweep the right elbow under the left. Right elbow under the left. You're going to start by wrapping yourself in a hug. Once you're in the hug, I want to make sure shoulders are down, elbows are up. And then again, shoulders down, elbows up. You might stay right here. This can be your practice today. If you want to go a little bit further, don't feel like you have to. You're going to start reaching the hands together to eagle. Here also, shoulders down, elbows up. And then maybe you press the pinkies away from you. So whether you're in that hug or eagle, we're going to have 3 more breaths here. Find one steady spot to gaze at. Keep your legs active so they're spiraling in and slightly back. And then at our next inhale, we're going to release the arms out to the side, stretch fingertip to fingertip, and then sweep them back towards each other. This time, left elbow under the right. Wrap yourself in a hug. Let's take a moment. Everybody receive this hug, because why would we not? Give yourself a hug, receive it, and then shoulders stay down, elbows rise up. You're going to choose. Tailbone is heavy, and maybe you find your way into eagle. We have 3 slow breaths. I am breathing in. I am exhaling. This is my inhale. This is my exhale. Training your mind to stay steady and clear on what is in this moment. Next time we breathe in, we're going to release the arms out to the side, big stretch, fingertip to fingertip, and then inhale again, arms rise. Let's keep the arms lifted. Engage your core, squeeze your inner thighs. One more thing, stretch them out with the heels just a little, and we're going to sink down into our chair, Utkatasana. See if your mind starts to mess with you here. A lot of people, they'll say, oh, this is a hard one. Oh, I wish we weren't doing this. Why did she say that? Ah! I am breathing in, or this is my inhale. This is my exhale. We're going to be here for 3. Let's move our shins back. Shins back, heart up. Any amount, maybe even just in your mind. Shins back, heart up, energetically. Stretch them out with your heels. One more breath. You've got this. And then as we exhale, out through the mouth, fold forward and down. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Hands to your ankles or your shins. For halfway lift, just notice you don't want to be rounded. So you're just going to lift your hands as much as you need to. Maybe they even come to your quads. Maybe they come to your mid, shin, or ankle or floor. Shoulders down away from the neck. Is the back of your neck long? We want it to be. So a little tuck in your chin. One more breath here. Press down with the big toes. And then let's release. We're going to walk the hands forward onto your mat. Fingers are spread. Walk the feet back. And we're going to find our downward facing dog in honor of all the doggies. We got a new puppy in the house, Ruby. Not my house, Jill's house. So we got our downward dog. Heels are heavy. Hips are back. One more breath here. From here, we're going to inhale right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot is going to come forward. Top of your mat, left shin down. Arms rise up. And then goddess the arms, because we are all goddesses here. Goddess the arms, elbows in line with shoulders. From here, reaching the arms out wide. Let's again wrap ourselves in a hug. Left arm under. Inhale, reach it out wide. Exhale, right arm under. Inhale, reach it out wide. And then arms rise. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Step your way back. Downward facing dog. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Inhale, left leg is going to rise. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Nice wide lunge here. Right shin comes down. And let's inhale, lift the arms. Exhale to goddess. Elbows line up, fingers are spread. Beautiful. We're going to reach the arms out wide and then sweep this time right elbow under the left, hug. Inhale out to the sides. Exhale, left elbow under the right, hug. Inhale out to the sides. And then arms rise. We're going to exhale, press back, downward facing dog. This is my in breath. This is my out breath. Let's inhale, come into our plank pose. Reminder for plank, anytime you want to, it's not about what you need. Just listen to what you want in this moment. Maybe your knees stay lifted. Maybe your knees come down. Maybe the feet come up. I actually love this one. So the knees are bent, the feet are off the mat, ankles are crossed. You're on the soft part of your knees. You're not on the bones. So we're not in a table. Our bum is not lifted. We're in one long line. We have 3 more breaths here. Whether your knees are up or down, your neck is long. We're going to start hugging the elbows towards each other and exhale down to the mat. Hands stay right where they are, right by your chest. Press down with the pinky toes. Inhale, heart forward and up. Exhale, down. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flow it down. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, down. And then we're going to press back and we're actually going to come to a seat. So any comfortable seat for you. And we're going to pause. So let's have the thumb and index finger touching in this hand mudra that can help promote calm, clarity. I'm going to do a quick demo. Okay, so we opened up before I press record with these sweetest dogs. Oh, Lava's right here. And so in honor of our furry family members, we've done a lot of downward dog. We do a lot of downward dog in our vinyasa flow. I want to teach us today upward dog. So if you have a dog, I don't know if cats do this as well, maybe they do, but you've definitely seen them do upward dog, I'm sure, a lot. And it's very similar to cobra, but there are a few differences. This may or may not be something that you personally are going to do today, so do not force it. If this does not feel good on your back or your wrists or your neck or anything, do not force it. I would much rather you stick with cobra and just keep this in your pocket for another time. Who knows after more practice how it ends up feeling. But I'm going to show us what the difference is. So cobra, your hands are right by your chest and your elbows are hugged in. And we're going to lengthen forward. This is cobra. You don't have to lift too high. You might lift a little higher, but your hands, notice my hands are right by my chest. Upward dog, the hands are further back. And when the hands are further back, it's a bit more intense on the wrists, but you're going to have them back enough that you can lift the hips and your knees. And then the hands are further back, more towards the rib cage. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk us through it, but I want to show you one more thing, how to get there. So if you're going to cobra, you're going to do what we've been doing. Your knees might be up, your knees might be down. You're lowering straight down to the mat. That is the practice. So the hands, you'd be in plank, and you might have your knees up or down. Elbows hug in, shoulders are away from the mat, and you lower straight down. The hands just stay exactly where they are. If you're going to be going to up dog, you're going to come to your plank and you're actually going to scooch your body forward a bit so you're already set up where the hands will automatically be back. Then you're going to lower down into what's called chaturanga. So that's a lot of words, so I'm just going to show you in my little Toronto house. So you're in your plank and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to do up dog. Well, first things first, we're going to do a little tilt. Notice my heels and my feet press me forward. From there, my hands are now set up. When I go down, they're going to be by my ribs. And then I just flip the toes and rise through. It's really hard when you go down to then press through if your hands aren't already shifted back. So it's a little shift forward with the body, And we'll practice that a little bit if that's in your flow today. So let's go ahead and come to our downward dog. Up and back. Downward facing dog, that's a lot of info, so let's come back to this moment. This is my inhale, this is your mantra. This is my exhale. This is my inhale. This is my exhale. From here, let's lengthen forward. You're going to come into your plank pose. You're going to choose. If you're coming to plank to down to cobra, it's the same as what we've been doing. If you're in your plank and you want to try up dog, you're going to shift forward, hug those elbows in, shoulders are back, and then lower halfway down. Flip the feet, and then rise up and through for your up dog. The knees are lifted, the hips are lifted, and then all of us, let's exhale back either downward dog or child's pose. And we're going to take 3 breaths, either downward dog or child's pose. Be there fully. Both of those are awesome choices. This is my in breath. This is my out breath. So good. And from here, we will, regardless of if you're in downward dog or child's pose, let's come back so that we're in a kneeling position on our toes. So tuck the toes under. We're just going to do a little stretch for the soles of our feet, which carry us so much. Again, hands, thumb and index finger touching. Place your hands on your thighs. This is very intense for some of us. So we're just going to spend 2 more breath cycles here, stretching the plantar fascia. And then from here, bringing your hands down slightly, rock up onto your feet, press down with the big toes. Let's roll our way nice and slow up to stand. Shoulders and head rise last. A few shoulder rolls once you reach the top. Awesome. Our palms can face a little forward, Tadasana. We're going to move. If you're probably at the back of your mat, keep this vibe of your Tadasana. We're going to keep this with us as we take a little walk towards the top of our mats. Palms can meet together at prayer, heart center, dedicating the next bit of our practice, your sun salutation flow, to each breath. The awareness and the involvement. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to come up here and say it. Let's be fully involved, like literally. Sorry if this is blurry. This camera only, it doesn't adjust very well. But let's be really involved with your inhale, like inside your inhale. And let's be the breath within the breath of your exhale. So we are fully involved. We are committing as we take this flow to noticing this is my in-breath, this is my out-breath. Okay, so let's start at the top of our mats. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms out and up to the sky. This is my exhale, flowing forward and down, fully involved. Inhale your right leg back for your lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale for plank. This is my inhale. You choose. How do you want to get down? Halfway or all the way? Exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press back, downward dog. This is my inhale, right leg is rising. This is my exhale, right foot is stepping forward. Keep the back knee lifted. This is my inhale, arms are rising. And this is my exhale, hands come down, step to the top and bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, out wide, all the way. Exhale, let's bring the palms to prayer. Pause for 3. Closing your eyes. Rooting down, rising up. Bringing that space with us and that attention to being involved. Let's breathe it out. Inhale, arms rise out and up. This is my exhale, swan dive down. This is my inhale, left leg back, heart forward, lunge. Exhale to your downward dog. Inhale, glide your way into your plank pose. Take your time. Exhale, flow it halfway or all the way down. Let's inhale, rise through. This is my exhale, downward dog. Left leg rises as you breathe in. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Arms will rise. And exhale, hands come down, forward fold. Let's do a halfway lift. Stretch them out with your heels. Yes, get out of your way, get out of your mind's way. Utkatasana, chair pose again. And while we're in this chair pose, I want you to bring the palms to prayer. I want us to keep the knees and the hips facing forward as you twist towards your right. So you might bring the elbow to the inside of the knees. It might come to the outside. And let's take a few breaths there. The palms can press into prayer. Just going to make sure that our screen is not super blurry. Okay, that looks better. Okay, palms are pressing into prayer. We got one more breath. Your knees and hips are forward. And then look forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, let's go. Let it out through the mouth, fold. Nod your head. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And we're going to find our way again. Utkatasana, chair, sink the hips, lift the arms. Yes, palms to prayer. We're going to twist to the opposite side. Elbow either comes to the inside or the outside. And then you work on bringing the right hip crease back. And you find length from tailbone to the crown of your head. And then release. Inhale, forward, up with the arms. Exhale, out through the mouth, fold down. Nodding your head. From here, let's take the hands and do another walking meditation all the way up the legs. And then once you're lifted, we're going to walk the feet wide on your mat. Feet are wide on the mat. Let's let the toes face forward to start and reach the arms out to the sides. Tailbone is heavy. We're expansive. Crown of the head is rising. Your shoulders are soft. From here, right elbow sweeps under. Wrap yourself in that hug. Tailbone stays heavy. Elbows lift. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you find eagle. Either way, our elbows, just notice your elbows are lifted. Shoulders are down. Eagle arms, pinkies press away. From here, we're going to come down into a lower squat type position. So we're actually going to let the toes face out just a little and come on down. You can just shift a little bit side to side. And then we're going to let our whole torso and shoulders, arm structure, even in the hug, we're going to let it flow side to side as well. We'll do this for a few more breaths. If you're noticing, where is your mind? Is it here? Has it gone to the past or the future? Naming it, where is it? And then let's go ahead and come back through center. Let's stay into that nice low lunge here, or squat rather. Arms reach out to the side. And then left elbow this time under the right, starting in a hug. And then maybe staying there, or maybe finding eagle. You can have your eyes opened or closed. And checking in. We don't want to judge. If our mind is somewhere else, we don't need to judge it, but we can just notice it and work on bringing it back to this moment, to this breath. We're going to find our way back through center. Let's reach the arms out to the side, and let's goddess the arms. We are powerful and strong. We can learn and shift and change and bring our light. From here, you could stay here for 3, or maybe we lift up the heels. 3, 2, sit a little lower. Last breath. Slowly lowering the feet down, straightening out the legs, and let's let the right toes face the right, left toes face in a little bit, and we're going to move into a triangle. So extend, heart open, right hand will come down, left arm will rise up. Maybe we can find more space through the underside, the right side body. Let's be here for a few breaths. I'm going to give a time check for myself while you all take a few more breaths right there. Fully involved, fully involved. Let's spread through the toes, root down with the back foot with your left foot, and rise back up. And then we'll find our warrior two. For warrior two, right heel is lining up with your back arch. So just taking a moment to find your foundation there. As you sit into the posture, the right knee opens. Breath. If any of these postures are not feeling right for you today, or if you need to modify in any way, maybe it's a shorter stance. Just as long as your knee is not over your ankle, but maybe you have a shorter stance. Maybe you don't have the arms lifted so much. You want to still always focus on your breath, but make these postures work for you. Modify how you need to with whatever's going on in your own life and body. One more breath. Next, inhale, peaceful. So we're going to tilt the right arm and lift up and back. We're lifting the left side body, opening through your heart. And then as we exhale, we're going to cartwheel down, hands on either side of that front foot. Okay, so we have two options before we do the other side. The options to get to the other side are either going to be to step change your feet. We can take a few small steps or one big step and change, or we're going to prop up on the fingers, shoulders are strong, and hop change. And then we'll again find our breath. This is me inhaling. This is my exhale. From here, spin the back foot down. Let's reach the arms up and around, and we're going to move again into our triangle. So I'm going to shift my position, but we're going to find our triangle. Hips, heart, collarbone spread, shoulders down, and then it's an extension, 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 and then the hand comes down. It doesn't matter if your hand touches the floor. Mine never has, and it probably never will. But if I do touch the floor, I'm going to be collapsing my entire torso. So that's not the point. The point is to open, open, find space, soften, shoulder, and breathe. Also looking up, not the point. Maybe if your neck feels good with that, go for it. If not, look down, tuck your chin. Just try this, tuck your chin. Keep your chin tucked as you roll your gaze even halfway up. Tucking your chin helps to lengthen the back of your neck. Press into that back foot. Let's rise to stand. Exhale, warrior two. The gaze for warrior two is a huge part of this posture. So gazing past the left fingers, steady and strong and sweet and at ease. Stira and Sukha. This is my inhale. I'm going to lift the left arm up and back. Peaceful warrior space. Where can I expand? Where can I lift? Maybe where can I deepen and soften? And then rising back up, warrior two. We're going to straighten out both legs. Toes start facing forward. And so I'm assuming you're sideways on your mat. We're going to come down onto the floor. This is going to be a deep inner thigh hip opener. So what we're going to do is start walking the hands down, and you're going to modify how this is going to work for your own body. You're going to bring the knees down and hands down. Now, some of us are going to stay right here. You're going to be like, oh, I'm not going any further than this. And you're going to breathe. This is my inhale. This is my exhale. Maybe you're going to rock a little forward and back and just find for yourself, where is the place that I want to land? And then maybe you come onto the forearms. I'm going to adjust my own posture so you could see a side view, but it's going to look a little different for each person. Okay, and we're going to pause here. Breathe into those muscles of your inner thighs, the adductors. You can take a few moments here and also release through your jaw, maybe your eyebrows. And then nice and slow, start to release this. You're just going to walk up onto the hands, knees start coming towards each other, and we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So once you're on your back, you can hug your knees in. Actually, let's move into a happy baby. It's not our final posture, but it just feels like a nice one to do after that. So either holding onto shins, maybe you're going to hold on to the edges of your feet. And from here, let's bring the feet down to the mat. Knees are bent. We're going to cross your right knee over the left. So you're crossing all the way at your thighs. As we move into this twist, if it feels too deep, you're going to uncross your legs and just let them stack instead. We're going to do a little shift of our hips first, though. Hips shift to the right, knees fall to the left. So staying with the crossed legs or stacking the legs. If you want to go a bit deeper, left hand can press the right thigh away from you, and the right arm is reaching out to the side. You might have the right, actually you will, see about the right palm and have it facing up. We're just going to be here for 2 more breaths, so let's be fully involved, fully involved. On an exhale, rise back up through center. We'll switch sides. So this time your left thigh crosses up and over. You're going to do a little scooch of the hips to the left. Your knees will fall to the right. Maybe you keep them crossed. Maybe you stack. Left arm out, palm is up. Right hand might press the top thigh away from you. Let's spend 3 fully involved breath cycles. Naming it, being aware. This is my in-breath. This is me exhaling. And then on an exhale, rise again back up through center. 1 more happy baby. So either the shins, bringing them back, holding on, or the edges of your feet. And you can give yourself another little rock. And then we'll slowly release down. You can find your way into your Shavasana. If you have music playing, this would be a good time to press stop before you float too far into your Shavasana. I don't know if my new birthday gift gong will pick up. Wow, it's actually vibrating. I can hear it right now as I talk close to it. I don't know if it'll pick up via Zoom, but I'll give it a try. Closing your eyes. starting to bring awareness again to your breath. This is my inhale, or this is me inhaling. This is me exhaling. Bring awareness to your body. And we'll start to slowly roll to the right side. So let's for sure bring this practice of naming and noticing the moment, and noticing the breath. We'll bring this with us throughout our day, maybe your week. If there's anything else you want to set an intention for and bring with you, let's name it now. Find our way up for a seat. Let's let the eyes stay gently closed, but they're definitely wide open on the inside. This practice reminds us of so much of the inner landscape and of our truer self and connection. It also reminds us of that vibration and energy that's always there, just waiting to be noticed. Vibration and energy in yoga is the sound of Om. And so we connect and honor this practice together with one last closing Om together. We'll take a breath in. Let's let our palms come together at prayer, heart center. Thank you all so much for being here. I love this way of connecting, even through the screen, and sharing. Om Shanti, peace to each of you, to all that are around us and across the globe. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope you have an awesome day. Think of me tomorrow night, Thursday, November 14th, Taylor Swift with my daughter and one of her besties that she met at her summer camp this summer in Michigan. They were randomly in the same cabin, became best friends. This girl is from Maui, Hawaii, and her mom are flying here at this moment. So we're going to go pick them up right after this class. Thanks, y'all. I'm going to stop our recording.